What's going on, you guys? Welcome to the channel. Welcome back to Jobber Tutorials for episode 4. This is all about recurring jobs. I am Mitchell, and let's get this thing started. Alright, you guys, so if this is your first time tuning into the channel, first time with Jobber Tutorials, thanks for coming along and thanks for tuning in. Just a quick backdrop, I started this series that way, new users to Jobber and even current users and older users can have a foundation by which to maybe learn something that they didn't know about Jobber. The first 3 episodes kind of dial into the more fundamentals, the basics of things, okay? Feel free to check those out at any time. This one's all about recurring jobs. All right, so let's dive into this thing. All right, right here, this is your home screen. And by now, if you're worrying about, or not worrying about, but if you're focused on recurring jobs, you should already be familiar with the home screen. It was covered in previous episodes. So let's go over to the left-hand side. Underneath the work, you will see jobs. You want to click on jobs, all righty? Now, this screen right here shows archived jobs, and I just created these and archived them. That way you can see them, okay? It'll list the contact name, the property, next visit, scheduled, invoicing, blah, blah, blah. So, now, what you want to do to start a job, a recurring job, go to New Job. And a recurring job is something, let's say, for the green industry, for mowing, you want to service this property every single week for the same person, and you don't want to have to keep going in every week to create that job, okay? So, it being recurring for ease, alrighty? So, go up here to the plus mark. Let's add in Mr. John Fescue, okay? And just for simpleness, for ease, this is just only going to be for basic lawn service, all right? Weekly property maintenance, alrighty? And one-off job and recurring job, these 2 tabs. So you want to click on recurring job. Now, the next section is you scheduling. There's an option right here to show your calendar. This just helps you if you've got a lot going on. It lets you see things that you've already got in the works, and if you need to know if you've got a clear day or something like that, way you don't have to go back and look at your calendar. You have the option to show it right here. Okay, we're going to schedule this job to start on Friday, which is today, and before 12 p.m. So we're going to hide the calendar. Okay, it's going to start today, which is February the 19th. Alrighty, it's already selected, and we want this job to start at 8 o'clock in the morning and go until 9 o'clock. Okay, a 1-hour service. It's going to be weekly on Fridays. Now, let's say you're trying to set this up for other jobs you want to start on other days. You can do that. So you want to go down here to custom schedule, okay? Frequency, weekly, every week, and then right here you can select the day of the week. So let's say we wanted to do this on Monday. You can deselect Friday. Now it's going to say weekly on Mondays. Let's say whatever industry in, if you go every 2 days a week, you could do Mondays and Thursdays, okay? But for the sake of this demonstration, we're going to leave it weekly on Fridays. Now, here's the duration. If you're setting this up for the green industry lawn mowing, you have roughly 8 months, depending on your region and demographic area, whatever. So it's normally going to be roughly 8 months. Okay. So just for this demonstration, we're going to do 1 month, 2 months. Okay. You can set it up weeks, days, or years, however you need to, but we're just going to do 2 months. Okay, it's going to show 9 visits because it's weekly, and it's going to end April the 16th. Okay, now the next section over is your team, your crew. Okay, you want to assign this to your crew members, that way they can see it on their app. So we're going to give this to Billy, Jason, and John. Alrighty, so now it's assigned to those 3 guys. And if you want to email them about it, you can. That way they'll know that their schedule has been updated. Okay, I always did this whenever I was notified or whenever I was assigning my crew a job or a new task or whatever. That way they were in the loop. Okay, next section down. How do you want to invoice? Okay, so right here, this is very, very important. Okay, if your service is set up that you do something per visit, or the price may fluctuate, you want to do per visit right there. Okay, if it is a contracted price that does not change, you would want to select fixed price. Okay, so let's just do fixed price because let's say it's going to be a contracted price. Okay, and it even says that if you hover over it, so each invoice is set for a set amount, or invoices include all the billable work on completed visits. Okay, so for the sake of this demonstration, this is going to be a contract price. When do you want to invoice? Monthly, on the last day of the month, excuse me. You can change this if you would like to. Okay, and it's going to say right here, the first invoice is going to be February 28th, and the last one April 30th, for a total of 3 invoices. If you want to set up jobber payments for this job, you can. I can't do that with this demo account, but if you wanted to set up jobber payments, you would do it right there. Okay. Now, line items. This is you have to put this in order to get invoiced for the services. Okay. So for the sake of this, we're going to do basic lawn service. And if it's a contract price, I'll always do this. So this is contract payment, because you selected fixed price. Whenever you complete this service each week, or your crew members hit complete, it's not going to tally that up. It's just going to be a set price over the whole month. Okay. If you need it to be a different price for each week and then do a total, you would want to do per visit. Okay. So since this is a fixed price and it's only going to do this one price right here of $50, I always put in here contract payment. Okay, so it being a contract payment, quantity of 1, let's just say it was a $500 contract price for the month. Okay, this way Mr. John Fescue will get invoiced for $500 each month. So even though your crew member is going in and completing each service each week, at the end of the month, he gets invoiced for $500. Okay. Right down here, internal notes and attachments. This is an area where you can type a message to your crew members that only they will see. Okay, right there it says notes will only be seen by users with appropriate permissions. So I always did stuff like, crew, please make sure to pick up all debris and sticks before servicing the property. And you can do whatever else you want. Okay, so that was something that I'll always put in there. Okay, if you need to add any other files, you can. If you need to link invoices or stuff like that, you can. But that is pretty much it. It's been assigned. It's recurring. You've got the date, the time frame. If you need to add a custom field in here, you can. Okay, that was covered in a previous episode. So now you have the option of emailing the booking confirmation if you want your customer to know, or texting, or you can create another job. It will automatically save it because it's an action item. Okay, so save and one of these 3. Okay, for this demonstration, we're just going to save it. And right here, you will notice that it's flagging an overdue visit. That's because it's after 8 o'clock right now while I'm filming this. So we can just go ahead and mark that complete. It will say that it was completed on February 19th. And if you see right here under visits, this is each visit that is scheduled for the terms of this job. Okay, weekly property maintenance, and the crew members that you assigned it to. Okay, timesheets It says right here, no time tracked. Get a clearer picture of labor costs by tracking your team's time. The crew members will have an option, an opportunity when they open their app in this job to start a timer. And then when they get done with the job, they can end the timer and then complete the job. So if you, the owner, want them to do this, you just communicate it with them, and then it will track the time of that job on this screen right here. If there's any expenses that the crew members have to add in or whatever, all the expenses will be logged right here as well, and all that will be on their app. So a very, very cool feature for you to make sure that you're pricing jobs appropriately. And under billing, it will tell you your invoice reminders. Since this was a 2-month job, it will end in April. There is your 3 invoices. Okay, and this is something to know right here. I often wondered this right here, new visit. And I started using this because sometimes you'll get a client, for instance, Mr. Fescue approaches you or your crew members, and he's like, hey, I want you to do something extra this month, okay? Or whatever, something that's outside the scope of your contract. And then in your mind, well, I've already got this job set up. How do I do that, okay? Right here is where you would click new visit, okay? So here it is, John Fescue, basic lawn service, You can schedule a one-time visit, okay? Assign it to certain crew members, and you can go in here and add the line item, or use this if you need to, which wouldn't make sense, but you could add a line item, for instance, hedge trimming, okay? Delete that. So you could go in here and add hedge trimming, okay? So what that just did is it created another visit, okay? So for the sake of this, let's get rid of that. Now we're going to go back to our calendar, the weekly view, and you will see right here is the job that we just created, okay? And if you scroll ahead to the next week, you'll see it right here, okay? It's not marked off because it's not been completed yet. So you will see that every single week, that job is right where it's supposed to be, okay? In the event of weather, you can click on this and move it anywhere you need to, okay? If you're wondering why this is green and this one's blue, up here under filters, this is a new subject, but we can cover it real quick. If you've got different crew, I suggest giving them a specific color. So Billy, Jason, and John are green. Megan and Rachel are blue. So this service right here, I assigned to Megan and Rachel. These 3 were assigned to Billy, Bob, Jason, and John. So if you have 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever crews, you can give them colors to make it easier on you. If I assigned something to me, Mitchell Gordy, it would come up here as orange, okay? And all that can be done right here under Customize Calendar Covers, right? Colors right there, okay? So, scrolling ahead. All right, go over here to Jobs on the left-hand side, and you will see upcoming John Fescue for the total. If you click on it, again, there is the job. Well, you guys, I really appreciate you tuning in. If you got anything from this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're enjoying the Jobber tutorials, please let me know in the comment section down below. Also, I've got a lot of subject matter planned for this series. So if there's something you haven't seen in the previous 3 episodes, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. And it might be something that I'm already planning to cover. I just don't want these videos to get too long and jumbled. I want to keep them like very specific on certain tasks. But if there's something that you're wondering, please let me know, because I will definitely cover it in these series, because I want us all to help each other out. Okay? Thanks again for tuning in. I greatly appreciate the support. We'll see you next upload.